Ribbon Week highlights programs aimed at keeping kids drug and alcohol free. Candor Health has stepped up, teaching kids to make healthy decisions and giving parents tools to have honest conversations about drugs and alcohol use. Joining us with tips to get started is Executive Director at Candor Health, Barb Thayer. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So things have changed a lot. I think about, when we were growing up and it was the DARE programs, right. It was, the commercials on the air. This is your brain on drugs.
Right.
Things have changed a little bit right now. It was a bit of a fear before that was the deterrent. Now what is it? Now what should be the focus of the discussion?
Honest conversations with kids and providing them with information. And if you don't know the information, it's okay to say to them, I'm not sure, let me look into that and I'll get back to you. And continuing to have conversations with them any opportunity you can. If you see something on TV, if something happens in your neighborhood, any of those opportunities, you can say, do you know anything about this? Or do you know people that are having this similar kind of experience?
Right. I feel like it's so prevalent, especially in the high school level right now.
It is, yeah.
But when I was looking at some of the numbers that you provided, I was actually surprised that the numbers are a bit low, but that doesn't mean that it's not a problem.
Yeah, it is a problem. If you look at high school students in the state of Illinois, about 50% of them have used some sort of substance.
Okay.
I'll say senior in high school.
Right.
It goes down. This is through the Illinois Youth Survey. 10th graders is less, 8th graders is less. But 50% of high school students are using some sort of substance, but 50% are not. So it's not, everybody's not doing it.
So the discussions around substances really have changed with the legalization of marijuana.
Absolutely.
So do we separate that out now, or do we talk about marijuana as a drug, as it used to be with us? Because I can imagine our kids coming back and saying, hey, a lot of people are using this. They're using it to sleep. They're using it, for other health problems.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's like alcohol. It's legalized, but it still doesn't mean it's not a problem.
Right.
It can absolutely still be a problem. And marijuana is just much more potent than when we were children. So using it and the frequency and the availability is much greater than it was when we were kids.
And not only that, but it's laced with other things that could be deadly.
Absolutely.
And so when I think about that discussion, I'm always, worst case scenario, you could die because it could be laced with something. But you and I were having a discussion in the break and you said that's not necessarily the way to approach it. It's not all the fear mongering.
Fear mongering doesn't work with kids. It really doesn't, because they know a lot of other instances where that didn't happen to people they know. And so they think, well, that's like, they're invincible. Kids are invincible and they think it's not going to happen to them. But in our neighborhood, there was an instance of a boy who was using cocaine, trying cocaine, and it was laced with fentanyl and it killed him. So that is a great opportunity. It was a good opportunity for me to have conversations with my own kids about that.
Right. So you do have a program. I actually did the little test. This is a little online program that is very helpful, at least at opening the door to the conversation. Tell me about that briefly.
Yeah. It's called Pixelton Adventures, and it's Finals Week Frenzy. So students can create an avatar, and it's like an 8-pixel game similar to like a Minecraft, and they can go in, they can pick their avatar, pick what the activities and the different things, different characteristics about that avatar, and then they go through a week with a variety of different challenges and are presented, depending on the way they pick. It's a choose your own adventure. Depending on what they pick, they're exposed to different things and have to make different choices.
And that's the key thing, is seeing the results and the ramifications of your choices, and doing that together then, opens the door to that conversation.
Absolutely.
Thank you. It's such an important topic. We certainly need to, broach it with our children. So thank you for giving us the tools to do so.
Absolutely.
So you can find more resources on candorhealthed.org. Still to come this midday.